Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm reviewing a new, well, it's fairly new. It's more of a hard to find cigar than new. Um, this is the Alec Bradley New Yorker. There's your band. Some of you outside of the state of New York have never heard of this. And that's because Alec Bradley made this cigar for New York shops only. Now, you can go online and find other sites that sell them outside of the state of New York, but that's what his intention was. And the reason he did it was because of the exorbitant New York state tax on cigars, which is 75% of the wholesale cost. This cigar that I have here is the Robusto. This sells for $11. Now, one thing you might say right off the bat is $11 isn't that inexpensive. Well, in New York it is. Basically, if you figure that this cigar should retail for around $8, then the wholesale price is roughly $4. There's a $3 tax, 75% of the $4, added to it. So your wholesale cost of $4, now the cigar is up to $7 with the sales tax. Add in normal profit margin of $4 on the cigar, you're at $11. So in the state of New York, I suppose that's a fairly good price. I don't know. But the cigar is really nice looking. It's a reddish brown, very nice looking cigar. The band is what they call Art Deco design. So let's get to it. Let's see what it's about. One interesting point is that I'm reviewing the Alec Bradley New Yorker today. Last week, Alec Bradley won Cigar Aficionado's Cigar of the Year. The Prensada Churchill was named Cigar Aficionado's Cigar of the Year. So, seems appropriate to check out this cigar today. I have not had a Prensada, and I will have one later. There are some scheduled to arrive in town soon. Now, this cigar, another interesting tidbit or what have you, it uses a Honduran Criollo 98 wrapper. The binder is Honduran, the filler is Honduran and Nicaraguan, and it's described on some of the sites as medium bodied, but we'll find out. So what we need to do now is to clip it and give it a test draw. Oh, very good. I took off very little cap too. Quite spicy initially. Right now it's very leathery. Seems to have cinnamon notes, some nice pepper. Very, very leathery. So let's give it a minute. We'll be right back and let's see what it does when it settles down a bit. About a ½ inch in, so the flavors have settled down somewhat. Still have those leather notes, but more prominent now is what I term grapefruit citrus, and it's quite sweet. They are the primary flavor, and they're quite sweet, very long-lasting sweetness. Now, there's almost the leather is there, but it's almost like a black coffee also note, but primarily it's leather. Pepper is very good. The finish is that sweet flavor too. Um, I guess that sweetness could be termed as vanilla. It is so sweet, it's sugary sweet. So the finish would be one of vanilla. So go ahead and throw vanilla over onto the primary flavors too. That's got to be what it is. It's the only thing I can describe. So you got sweet grapefruit citrus with some vanilla, and it's making it extremely sweet. Leather and pepper. So at the half-inch mark, that's where we are. Okay, I'll be back as soon as things change. All right, a couple inches in and a little flavor change. The leather notes are still there. I don't think they're going away, but now the sweet grapefruit citrus now tastes a lot more like a rich cinnamon. And the finish is so sweet. It's instead of vanilla, it's almost like a caramel. It's extremely sweet, long. Pepper lingers a little, not extensively, but somewhat. But the pepper is very good. This is a very leathery cigar, so the that is not going away apparently, but the primary sweet flavors seem to be changing somewhat. So I would describe this as a very sweet, very rich sweetness, cinnamon at this point. Yep. Not so much of vanilla notes now, but they may be secondary to that cinnamon, just to give it a little sweetness. It's very sweet. So there we are, very close to the band. I may have it removed when I come back. I have removed the band. Not really anything to report as far as the change, but I wanted to go over one more thing about the cigar. Alan Rubin, who is the head of Alec Bradley, named this the New Yorker because his family is from New York. Actually, his mother grew up in Queens, and his father grew up in Brooklyn. Um, so that would be the reason he feels such a strong connection to New York. Now, this is the Robusto. It's actually called the 6-2 Robusto. I looked to find out what the significance of 6-2 was, and I don't know. It's got to be a reference to New York because all the cigars have a New York name, but I honestly don't know what 6-2 means. If you know, write in and tell me. But anyway, it's a Robusto. 5 1/4 by 52. I may have not given that before either. This cigar is medium bodied. It shows tendencies to go medium to full to me. So I'm describing it as medium to full. And it's going along nicely. Everything's the same as the last report. The draw at this point is great. So the cigar is very good. I'm a little surprised because this is such a limited market cigar to the New York State only. But very good. So I'll be back. Well, we don't have much left, but significant change. The cinnamon, rich cinnamon flavors and spice. It's still somewhat cinnamon, but now there are a lot more coffee notes. Coffee is taking the place of the leather. It's a very dark espresso coffee, and that even carries over into the finish. The finish is now sort of a vanilla coffee mix. As odd as that sounds, it's been a pretty big change. So the cigar is still very good, but that was a big change. There's a lot of coffee notes, coffee everywhere now around the cigar. I thought I would point that out. I will be back here very shortly to wrap it up. We're at the end now. Okay, the The episode of the dark coffee notes overtaking everything is gone. We're back to the rich cinnamon, and finish has changed a little bit. It's still coffee. The leather has all but gone away, and coffee has taken its place, but the rich cinnamon is back, and the finish is more of a vanilla now, leaning almost toward that caramel. I can't explain where the coffee came from so intensely there a few minutes ago, but it reverted back. But this cigar has been very good. As I said before, I'm a little surprised at their limited market because this cigar could sell well anywhere. And if you look online, you can find them. Some stores have online shops have them, so you won't find them in any local shop anywhere except New York State. Okay, be that as it may, I'm judging this cigar on its merits, and it's almost unfair to rate it because it's so limited, but I will because I have it and I smoked it. The cigar has all the flavors that I've described previously. Uh, very good draw. Burn has been, as you can see, just about dead perfect. Really can't find anything bad to say about it. It's relatively complex. It did change several times. And all in all, final score 94. This cigar is great. I hate that you can't get it anywhere but the state of New York, but you guys in New York have at it. If you can deal with the $11 Robusto price tag and up, I mean, larger sizes are, of course, more. But it's a good cigar. I am fortunate to have one. It's just good. Alec Bradley, New Yorker, 6'2", Robusto.